Thyria is a unique RPG blending dynamic exploration with turn-based combat. Players summon guardians to delve into the minds of cursed villagers, exploring dreams to collect valuable resources like soul dusts and inks. As the protagonist, Thyria navigates a procedurally generated 2D isometric map filled with gifts, deceptions, and battles. Time management is crucial, as the day-night cycle influences enemies' behavior. Combat requires careful strategy, using a variety of guardians with customizable spells to defeat nightmarish creatures. Players can unlock 14 guardians, merge soul jewels to summon new ones, and craft charms and equipment. Each journey presents new challenges, offering strategic depth and replayability. Thyria's eerie adventure unfolds as she attempts to lift the curse that haunts the village. The game features hand-drawn animations and an online auction house for item exchange. Created by the independent studio Zoochosis, Thyria promises a dark and immersive experience. And now we come to the reviews. Reviewers are of the opinion that Thyria offers a unique twist on turn-based RPG mechanics, with its day-night cycle playing a key role in combat strategy. Players control a witch entering villagers' dreams to battle demons, summoning customizable guardians with distinct day and night abilities. The game's procedural maps and crafting system allow for varied experiences, though it can become complex quickly. While the creativity of the mechanics is praised, some feel the story could offer more depth, and there are concerns about bugs, especially with saving and loading. Despite these issues, it's seen as a fun, challenging game with great potential. The game Rogue Waters is a story-driven, tactical roguelite where players assume the role of Captain Cutter, a pirate entangled in a struggle for power, vengeance, and treasure. As they navigate ever-changing seas and battle rival pirate factions, players must carefully manage crew members and ship resources. With each run, new encounters and procedurally generated challenges arise, requiring strategic decision-making. The game blends naval combat, turn-based tactics, and mythical sea creatures to create intense battles, both at sea and during boarding phases. Progression is persistent across runs, with players able to upgrade their crew, ship, and Captain Cutter in their pirate cave hub. Featuring multiple crew classes and unique combat abilities, Rogue Waters promises a rich narrative across 3 acts, offering endless replayability through dynamic, evolving gameplay. Let's take a closer look at our next review. As observed by multiple reviewers, the game presents a mixed experience. The gameplay is described as rudimentary and reminiscent of mobile games, with limited player control over ship navigation and battles. Base management feels minimal, with random crew members lacking personality or attachment. Combat, both naval and on land, is considered shallow, with ship combat offering little tactical depth. Land battles provide more engagement through positioning and interactions like pushing enemies, but still fall short compared to more complex tactical games. Despite decent sound design and comic-style graphics, the overall experience has been underwhelming for some. However, others appreciated its roguelite mechanics, praising features like the ability to undo moves in tactical battles, and found enjoyment in its pirate setting. While opinions are split, there's a shared hope that future updates might improve the game's depth. Dread Dawn is an open-world zombie survival sandbox game set in a city quarantined due to an unknown virus. Players assume the role of a student who misses the evacuation and is forced to stay behind. The city is a modern metropolis with facilities such as hospitals, subways, prisons, and schools. The game includes numerous story-driven cutscenes that transition from the calm before the outbreak to the chaos that follows. Players must defend their camp with other survivors, collecting materials to enhance defenses and survive zombie attacks. Farming and raising chickens provide essential food supplies, and surplus crops can be traded with other survivors. Let's now delve into the reviews. As observed by multiple reviewers, the game presents a promising atmosphere with immersive moments, but its potential is overshadowed by significant flaws. The tutorial feels overly long, bogging down the pace with repetitive sequences of waypoints, cutscenes, and gameplay. The visual quality is inconsistent with placeholder art and rough character models that make navigation and interactions confusing. Despite being labeled as a full release, several menu options remain unavailable, and some assets feel incomplete, giving the impression of an early access game. Issues with odd graphical elements, unpolished mechanics, and awkward English translations further detract from the experience. Reviewers have pointed out that while there are cinematic highs and unexpected NPC interactions, the game's lack of polish, jarring audio, and disjointed narrative undermine its potential. Many suggest waiting for updates or fixes before diving in, as it currently feels unfinished and not worth its price. Zoochosis is a suspense-filled simulation game, where players take on the role of a new zookeeper on their first night shift. The peaceful environment quickly takes a dark turn as animals in the zoo begin showing signs of a mysterious infection, transforming them into dangerous mutants. The player must manage their responsibilities, from feeding and cleaning the animals to uncovering the cause of the infection and developing a cure. Decisions are critical as each choice influences the outcome, leading to multiple possible endings. The challenge is not only to save the animals but to survive the night. Let's take a closer look at our next review. Common feedback points to the game highlight a mix of disappointment and intrigue. Many players appreciate its initial atmosphere, which some compare to the movie The Thing, but the game's repetitive tasks and lack of meaningful horror elements become apparent quickly. The trailers are widely considered misleading, as they suggest more horror and depth than the actual gameplay offers. Bugs and crashes are a frequent complaint, with some players experiencing soft locks. On the positive side, a few players enjoy the multiple endings and replay value. However, the general consensus is that the game feels underdeveloped, with bland storytelling, predictable AI, and missed opportunities for exciting content like boss fights. Many criticize it for being more of a task-based simulator than a true horror experience, leaving a mixed reception across the board. The game NEODUEL, Backpack Monsters is a monster taming, multiplayer auto-battler that blends strategic inventory management with intense competition. Players choose and combine creatures called cosmians to create powerful synergies and take on opponents. Evolving cosmians with essences or fusing them unlocks advanced and unique forms for battle. As an asynchronous multiplayer game, it allows players to pause and resume at their own pace without losing progress. Starting from neighborhood streets and advancing to grand stadiums, players rise through competitive ranks in a dynamic environment built for thrilling gameplay. Let's take a closer look at our next review. As observed by multiple reviewers, NEODUEL, Backpack Monsters captivates with its addictive blend of strategy and auto-battling. The game allows players to experiment with different cosmian combinations and build strategies while focusing on inventory management. With a visually appealing design and a soundtrack that enhances the experience, the game provides a creative, intuitive, and deep gameplay system. The art direction and elemental synergies contribute to its replayability. While the tutorial feels underwhelming and some technical issues exist, the overall experience is engaging and rewarding. A solid recommendation for fans of auto-battlers, monster taming, and inventory management. OneShot, World Machine Edition is a rebuilt version of the acclaimed puzzle adventure game, now available on Steam Deck and Windows. This remake of one of the highest-rated titles on Steam introduces a new engine and user interface, enhancing the gameplay experience with new hidden collectibles and broader platform support. Players engage with intricate world-bending puzzles alongside Nico, a child navigating a surreal environment as they seek to reignite a long-dead sun and save their world. The game challenges players to explore both Nico's reality and their own, requiring thoughtful interactions with a strange computer operating system that serves as a portal to an alternate world. New features included a character profile gallery, cutscene art gallery, and colorful wallpapers. The original soundtrack, charming pixel artwork, and full analog movement support complement the engaging narrative and gameplay. With its captivating story and unique mechanics, OneShot, World Machine Edition offers a memorable adventure. And now we come to the reviews. Reviewers are of the opinion that World Machine Edition is a faithful port of the original 2016 game OneShot, but not necessarily a definitive version. While the new edition introduces quality of life improvements like better colors and sideways walking, it is recommended to first experience the original for a more authentic gameplay. Although this version is tailored for the Steam Deck, it retains much of the charm and writing of the original. Players familiar with OneShot can expect to relive emotional moments with Nico, the game's beloved protagonist. For dedicated fans, supporting this version can be worthwhile for future projects from the developers. Overall, while enjoyable, it seems that the original 2016 release still holds a special place in players' hearts.